I was talking to you the other night.
Morning, everyone. Now that Christine's here, we can start the meeting. What we'll do is have a moment of silence followed by the pledge, please. Thank you. Bye.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any public comment on agenda items only? Seeing none, we'll move on to a public hearing on behalf of the Borough of East Stroudsburg Borough to obtain citizen input and comment for the fiscal year 2025 CDBG program application revisions. Jennifer Peterson, Executive Director of the Redevelopment Authority of the County of Monroe. And there she is.
So this morning I'm here. We are in the process of completing our CDBG 2025 application. There's been some issues along the road. And so the Department of Community and Economic Development has asked that we make one more revision to our application prior to approval. And that is to remove Park Street from the East Stroudsburg Borough application. So what will happen is we're going to take Park Street out of the application. Reason being is the street requires a survey to be completed in order for the street to be income eligible. So DCD is not saying that we can't do Park Street. We just can't complete the survey in time to complete the 2025 application. So we're going to remove Park Street and then come back and look at it at another time. But in order to get the 2025 application completed, we'll take out Park Street. So today we're holding that public hearing. We held a public hearing at East Stroudsburg Borough where we had no comments, and then we're here for public comment today. If if the commissioners are okay with everything, then we'll pass a resolution and get this submitted so we can get our application approved and our money coming to the county. Any questions or comments?
Jennifer, by taking out Park Street, is the dollars that were earmarked for Park Street going somewhere else? Or they'll just be an addendum for the next go round?
So the project as a whole, which included.
I can't hear.
Sorry.
I don't think that, well, I don't know if it's on.
I can hear you.
Okay.
You're fine.
Oh, so the project includes Walnut, West Broad, and East Park Street. So just the two streets alone are more money than was allocated in the project. So the borough still has to put a portion in order to complete even without Park Street.
Very good.
So,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. There's no action that has to be taken, correct?
Just make sure there's no comments in relation to the hearing.
Is there any comment? Seeing none, we'll move on. Thank you. Under old business, amend motion 2026-147 dated 5/20/26, reflected payment of $5,000 to Bay Image Group LLC for another 2025 Sienna Letty van full wrap for Stan the Letty Man and our friend Detective Lippincott. Also, amend motion 2026-147 dated 5/20/26 for an additional $13,705 to be paid to Kudu Creative for marketing, community awareness, and resource availability, and approve the minutes of the May 20th, 2026 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion for approval of the old business?
So moved.
Second. Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, under proclamations and certificates. Alexander Lamberton for an Eagle Scout, Chase Lentz, an Eagle Scout, Nicholas Petroff, an Eagle Scout, Joel Bideau, for the 2025 Keystone Art Initiative. E. David Christine for the Liberty Bell Award. Isabel Cubeta for the Keystone Art Initiative. Taylene Davis for the Keystone Art Initiative. Vivian Hayden for the Keystone Art Initiative. Peyton Hoop for the initiative. Gianna Law for the initiative. Katora McCarthy for the Keystone Art Initiative. Mia Meyer for the Keystone Art Initiative. Haley Meinweiser for the Keystone 250 Art Initiative. Madeline Meinschoff for the Art Initiative. Sherry Najaro for the Art Initiative. Thomas Newman for the Art Initiative. Julian Pratt for the Art Initiative. Hannah Rack for the Art Initiative, and Adriana Rulevis for the Art Initiative. And also a recognition for the Monroe County Veterans Affairs. So before we vote on this, Dave, would you please
Okay.
share this for me?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I'd like to make a few remarks, and I think Sharon Lavador will as well. I have a neighbor named George, and he's a Vietnam veteran. He's been my neighbor, well, my whole life, part-time, but the last 30 years a full-time neighbor. He retired from the post office. And the impacts of Agent Orange and age have had an impact on his health over the years. And he's always expressed his gratitude for the help he's received at the Veterans Affairs Office as he had health issues come up and needed help, doing paperwork and getting claims and so on. He also heats his house with wood pellets. And so every year the neighbors, we get together to help move him in, and then every couple months or month, depending on how cold it is, move a ton from his storage area into the mudroom outside his door so he can get it easily. And a couple of months ago, I and another neighbor were doing that. And the other neighbor is also a Vietnam veteran. And as we're moving the bags and so on, the other neighbor, Rick, just expressed his gratitude. He just told me what a great job that Lisa and Eric and the staff at our Veterans Office do and have been so helpful to him over the years. And he had a particular incident that he just had, so he shared that with me. And as he did that, of course, George just shared, he was able to qualify based on his disability for property tax relief. And again, the Veterans Office was very helpful in helping him get that relief. So I wanted to express my gratitude to Lisa and the team. It was fresh in my mind the next day, but I went down to talk to her. And of course, as it often is the case, she was helping a veteran. So I didn't want to disturb that. And then you get busy with other things and you try again, but again, it's busy. So shame on me for not acknowledging it sooner, but I just wanted to thank Lisa, Eric, and the staff at the Veterans Office for all you do for our veterans. And we're going to have a certificate here for you, but I know Commissioner Lavador also wanted to share something.
Some of you may have seen this on the news recently, where a gentleman 56 years ago was in the Vietnam War, and he lives in Readers now. He's a Monroe County resident, and his name is Private First Class Thomas Barnes. And what happened 56 years ago is, sadly, he was only 19 and he was shot during the Vietnam War, and had to recover and had to go through a lot over these past 56 years. And what was kind of amazing is when he and his wife came to the veterans group, our department downstairs, Eric, who's the deputy director, and it's Eric Morin, and he was going through all kinds of records that luckily that Mr. Barnes had saved those records. And Eric was saying, wait, there's missing things here. we have to do some research. We have to find out what's going on. And we have to really do the homework. So Eric took the leadership role in trying to figure out what was going wrong. And in the whole process, they found out that this gentleman deserved a Purple Heart. So with that in mind, that's huge, because everyone, there's many people that really fight hard in the wars, but when you're shot and then you have forever kinds of injuries that last, the Purple Heart really does help make a difference, and thank our veterans for things that they have done. So that's kind of what brings other people here with us today as well. David, how are we going to
Yeah, well,
tie that in? So, but we thank the Veterans Department. We thank Eric Morin and staying on top of this and getting to the bottom of it.
okay. Very well. Well, if I could have Lisa, and is Eric here?
He's got an appointment, actually.
Okay, all right, very good.
Well, he's helping a veteran?
We were told this morning, so.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually in appointment.
Okay,
Stop appointments for this.
yeah.
I got a call from Steve Sheptak, who's also here over a month ago, about the great work that Lisa and the office have done for him. And so we wanted to recognize her. Jake, are you after raising?
Well, as a veteran and dealing with the Veterans Affairs Office, they are unbelievable. They do nothing but they want to help.
Mhm.
And we're very lucky to have them.
Thank you for sharing that.
Pain.
So-
You're
Lisa, will you come up, please?
looking for some money?
I am not looking
No.
for anything,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay, I'll wait on that.
I'll read the certificate here. It's a certificate of special recognition of Monroe County Veterans Affairs, Lisa Kay, Eric Mooring, and Sarah McCready, for outstanding dedication in serving the veterans of Monroe County. Your unwavering commitment, compassionate support, and tireless advocacy make a lasting impact on the lives of those who have honorably served our nation. Thank you for the excellent work you do, and signed by Chairman Christie, myself, and Commissioner Robert.
Sure.
Everybody in the office too, so you know.
All right.
Would you like to say?
Just to sort of clarify a little bit of what happened with the Purple Heart recipient. He did not receive the medals. He did not, he was telling Eric that he was, what happened in the service. And because we have federal access with the VA systems, Eric was uncovered the fact that, yes, he indeed had the certificate in there. Was never placed on his DD 214. And because of that, the VA hospital and benefits aside, could not approve anything because they did not know this back in the early 80s and 90s when he was first going for his benefits. So, unbeknownst to anybody, because of a clerical error on that DD 214, it did not get placed on there. And so thankfully to Congressman Brendan's office and Charles, VA rep over there, we got his medals and their assistance and was able to give him finally all the medals he deserved. But getting it on that DD 214 really stopped his ability to receive the benefits. As far as George is concerned, thank you. I appreciate that. First time in 14 years doing this, I think that we've ever been recognized publicly. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
See, you have a moment. I think the Congressman's,
Yeah.
Charles here has something for you as well.
Stick and watch.
My name is Charles Sabey. I'm the veteran advocate for the Congressman's office. And it's my pleasure to present a certificate of special congressional recognition for your 15 years of dedicated service to our veterans in Monroe County. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, welcoming me into this veteran advocacy world and seeing how you help veterans, and I can learn from that. So I truly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been awesome. Thank you so much. We definitely more him out than public eye because they're really making some awesome changes. We were able, because of them, we were able to meet with the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs, which was huge for us as county directors, being able to present to them about, all the issues that we face and just on a county and state and federal level. So We appreciate all your efforts that you're doing. So you better stick around for a while because, we need you.
Thank you.
Hey, Lisa.
No,
Oh, no,
that's
no.
it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry.
Motion to accept the proclamations and certificates, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, let's get this out of the way because
Let's do one thing, maybe do, if Aaron's in no rush, let's save him for the end.
all right. Moving on then, new business personnel agenda and also approve and ratify requests to work additional hours in the sheriff's overtime as deputies, security, and clerks. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Jeez.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Electronic financial transactions. Ratify the vouchers payable through 5/22/2026 an amount of $1,374,395.67. And also the amount of on 5/26 of 26, the amount of $1,869,537.97, and gross payroll for the periods of 5/17/2026, as well as healthcare benefits to Blue Cross Blue Shield, Geisinger dental claims, and the flexible spending account. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Travel authorizations, approve and ratify the travel requests for assessment, Children and Youth Services, Conservation District, and Veterans Affairs. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Children and Youth Services, execute amendment for the existing purchase of service agreement M-2025-246 dated 9/30 of 2025 for the period of 7/1/2025 through 6/30 of 2026 to add an updated attachment A and a updated attachment C. Also execute the following purchase service agreement for the period of 7/1/2025 through 6/30 of 2026 for Diversified Treatment Alternative Centers for a contract limit of $500,000. Bethany Christian Services of the Greater Delaware Valley for a contract limit of $75,000. And execute a proposal purchase of service agreement with the Youth Advocate Program for the period of 6/1/2026 through 7/30 of 2029 with a contract limit of $150,000. And also execute a amendment adoption assistance agreement for JC, or I'm sorry, CJ. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Commissioner's Office, approve the budget adjustment report dated 6/30 of 2026 totaling $97,389. You ask, what is that for? Well, I'm going to tell you. In the Aging Department, we had $41,164 to adjust revenues and expenses after receiving finally the state budget allocations with additional funding. Also in Aging, $21,941 to transfer funds to cover various accounts. In the Commissioner's Office, there's $1,000 to cover future expenditures through the year and for 701 for the water and sewer. Also in the County Contingency, $18,000 to cover court reporter transcripts. And also in the DA, we have $15,284 to adjust the calendar year budgeted expenses for the SCIP fiscal year of 26-27. All that totals $97,389. Also approve the request from the Borough of Stroudsburg to use Courthouse Square on Thursdays, June 18th through August 6th of 2026 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. to hold the 10th annual Concerts in the Square series. Also, hand in hand with this, ratify the request for the Borough of Stroudsburg to use the sheriff's parking area to place 2 standard porta potties and 1 handicap accessible porta potty from June 1st of 2026 through August 31st of 2026. Also adopt a resolution section 147F in the Internal Revenue Code of 1986, as the amended code requires that the applicable elected representative of the government unit on behalf of which bonds are to be issued, and each government unit having jurisdiction over the area in which any facility with respect to which financing is to be provided for the net proceeds of the bonds is located, approve the bonds after a public hearing in order for a private activity bond to be a qualified bond under the code of, this is for St. Luke's, not Lehigh Valley, and St. Luke's Monroe Project Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act. Also approve the agreement of the AES, Advanced Electronic Security, in the amount of $132,424 for security items in the courthouse. That is a CoStar contractor. Also approve P Corp 2026 through 2027 insurance renewal totaling $1,265,927 for the period of June 1st of 2026 through June 1st of 2027. Payment option 40, 30, and 30%. Execute the professional service agreement with Eric Kirschner for the District Attorney's Office in amount not to exceed $13,000 to be paid from the drug forfeiture account. And also approve and ratify the following opioid grants of the opioid settlement funds consistent with the uses allowed under the opioid settlement agreement, Exhibit E. There's a memorandum of understanding and agreement with AMZ Housing Solutions for the amount of $18,815.47. Also a memorandum of understanding and agreement with AMZ Housing Solutions in the amount of $50,000. Also, a memorandum of understanding the amount agreement for the Path to Peace in the amount of $25,000, and a payment to Kudu for the amount of $4,273.32 for Letty swag distributed at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in the Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Commission. I'll also add the following vendors to the county list of approved vendors in the District Attorney's Office. We have the Pennsylvania Animal Diagnostic Laboratory for services for ongoing cases, and Toyota of Stroudsburg, BFR Instruments, LLC. Also in the MDJ Court Administration, we have Poloni's Castone for planters for security at an MDJ office. And J, ratify the bids award for the online vehicle auction as follows. So you can see we have a Chevy Equinox, a Ford Escape, Chrysler 200, Lexus IS, a Mazda CX-7, Audi Quattro 7, and a Ford Explorer. Is there a motion, please? Yes, ma'am.
For a motion to amend the agenda in relation to item 5D under the Commissioner's Office, that there was a Scribner's error that should be St. Luke's Hospital instead of the.
I love when you use fancy words like Scribner's error. Is there a motion for that, please? Is there a second? Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Also, can I have a motion to approve the Commissioner's Office A through J? Second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
May I add something here?
Sure.
Okay, and I just think it's important for the community to know that we're talking about the porta potties. And they're specifically there for the farmer's market on Saturdays and then the music on Thursdays. And they, correct?
That's where they went hand in hand with
That's
one
right.
another.
So that's important for people to know that if you're downtown shopping on Friday, don't try to use the porta potty because they'll be locked. So they'll be, just want to make sure, but it still makes them really great for those two other types of things that we'll be having. Okay.
Thank you. Information Technology Service, ratify agreement with Tyler Technologies in the amount of $7,520 for server creation and migration of the assessment and tax database. And also execute agreement number 1 with Zito Business to provide primary internet services at $2,000 per month, extending current agreement of August 20th of 2030. Is there a motion to accept Information Technology A and B, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Back to the Redevelopment Authority, Act 137, Affordable Housing Board. Adopt a resolution approving the application change to the County of Monroe on behalf of East Stroudsburg Borough fiscal year 2005 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG program, removing Park Street from the activity description until a residential income eligibility survey can be completed. Also approve the release of $10,000 to Ross Township for Project 2025-2 at 1123 Pine Cone Court from the Act 152 Demolition Program funds, and also approve the the funding request for the 2026 nonprofit grant program request by the Monroe County Affordable Housing Board as follows. Family Promise of the Poconos for $15,000, Shepherd's Maternity House for $15,000.
Wait, no.
That was what was applied for. The amount that was recommended is on the right. They're on 10.
Oh, everybody got 10,000. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Shepherd's Maternity House, $10,000, Pocono Area Transitional Housing, $10,000, Safe Monroe, $10,000, Habitat for Humanity, $10,000, and the Salvation Army of East Stroudsburg, $10,000. Is there a motion, please? Are there any questions? Please.
Organizations that applied. It was, oh, sorry, it's not.
Head debit your committee.
I have a dual role here. I'm also the chair of that committee. There is a subcommittee that reviews the applications, and there's a whole scoring process that they get so many points for different points, parts of the application.
Okay.
And so they review them, the committee does, and gives points according to those criteria.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we go through is there a motion?
You did that. You need all in favor.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Treasurer's report. And in the treasurer's office, ratify establishment of a separate Pilligat bank account for additional gaming funds received through 9/11 of 2020 through 8/15 of 2025. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Capital outlay purchases, ratify the capital purchase report dated 6/3 of 2026, totaling $1,648. That is for intrusion resistant film for bay windows at an MDJ office. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Computer capital purchases, ratify the computer capital purchase report dated 6/3 of 2026, totaling $37,369.99. That is for 22 Surface Pros in children and youth, and also in the IT department for an Everlink mobility kit for T-Mobile, and that's for emergency management for the $37,369.99. And also approve the computer capital report purchase report dated 6/3 of 2026, totaling $19,928.56. What that is for is 2 computers in the courts department, and also 12 computers again for the courts, totaling $19,928.56. That's it. Is there a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Guess that's it. Motion carries. Miscellaneous. Is there any miscellaneous?
There
Commissioner
is.
Parker?
Yeah, I apologize. Some just came through here. I was going to announce, we have a new record for the historical marker passport. A gentleman stopped in the other day to pick up his print of General Sullivan at the mill. And he started the passport at 7:08 p.m. on May 1st and completed it at 4:01 p.m. the next day. So he hit all 17 in one day to complete the historical marker passport. But there's also an update regarding that passport. I got a call from the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission that they were going to be working on our historical markers. Some of them are in pretty bad shape. Maybe to the point you need a paper and a pencil to figure out what it says because the paint had deteriorated so bad. But they wanted to make sure it was okay because they saw that we had this program. And I said, yeah, it's fine. Just let me know when you paint the pole and we can bring out a new sticker to put on. But it was a little more involved than that. And I found out they've taken 14 of our 18 markers back to a shop to paint them. So it's become really the pipe passport, because when you go around, you're not going to see a marker on 14 of them, but the code will still be there. So you can check in and get credit. And on the computer app, you can read what the thing says. It's just not going to be there on 14 of the 18. We still have the one in front of the courthouse, but not the one behind the courthouse. And the Marshall Street explosion is still there. Those are the two I know we still have, but it's going to be up to 6 weeks that they'll be missing. Probably the most busy time people would be going around, but nevertheless.
I had a vacation planned all around it.
But we do still have the buildings that are on the National Historic Registry going on, and the museum and cultural centers passports. So, and again, you can still do this one. The stickers are there. And then as the new ones come back being finished, we'll update the stickers as they paint the poles. Just a couple events real quick, Mr. Chairman. On the 14th, there's going to be 2 events around America 250. One is in Barrett Township, and I grabbed a real old flyer, unfortunately. But no, I have the Sunday. It's going to be from 1 to 4 at the Cresco train station, be a Flag Day event with American craft demos, children's games of the era, along with an ice cream social. And the museum up there will be open as well. And then down at Scioto at the old mill, the 24th Connecticut Militia Unit will be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. doing demonstrations of camp life during the Revolutionary period. And someone else will be also talking about Sullivan's March that came through there. So that is also on the 14th. So it's Sunday the 14th, also the day of the race at the Raceway, but that doesn't start till 3. So you can go 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Scioto, and then 1 to 4 in Barrett Township at the Cresco train station. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Chair Labrador.
Yes, under miscellaneous, this is kind of important miscellaneous stuff. Aaron, would you like to, he is our vector control person in charge of vector control for the county through the Planning Commission.
AKA Bug Guy.
And he's with us today because I don't know if anybody saw this on the news. I saw it on the news and I was like, wow. He detected a Nile virus mosquito in Monroe County. So if Aaron, you want to stand up and explain that? I would
Absolutely.
love to have you do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me to speak with you all. My name is Aaron Lombard. I'm the mosquito-borne disease control coordinator for Monroe County. What had happened was, so every year our job is to go out and monitor mosquito populations throughout the counties in the Northeast region, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne County, and to perform the necessary mosquito control services to keep those populations low and from spreading disease and biting people. One thing I do want to clarify is West Nile virus is a pretty well-established disease all throughout the Eastern United States. It's present in bird populations just about everywhere. If you look hard enough for West Nile virus, you will find it. And trust me, we're looking hard enough to find it because we found it already. So it's nothing to be afraid of. Mosquitoes, the mosquitoes that spread West Nile virus primarily feed on birds. And those mosquitoes like to breed in wastewater facilities. So that's usually our first point of looking for the mosquitoes. And that's where we found it. So pretty typical stuff. The concern is mostly about when folks don't pay attention to standing water on their properties, whether it's a natural feature or it's buckets, barrels, tires. These things can hold water a lot longer than the natural features like drainage ditches on the side of the road. So this is where, when we're in a dry period right now, this is where the mosquitoes are breeding. So you're inviting mosquitoes close to your homes, and those mosquitoes have the opportunity to have picked up West Nile from the bird population. So it's just really important that you want to protect your neighborhoods, your homes, and keep standing water away, dump and drain. And if it's something that you can't take care of yourself, we can come out and treat it. West Nile virus, it's a relatively low risk disease. It has the highest risk for infants and elderly folks. So obviously we spend a lot of time around schools, daycares, and nursing homes, retirement communities. So that's where we're putting most of our efforts into controlling mosquitoes, as well as our parks. So if even anyone notices mosquito issues at public property or larger commercial areas, or you see a lot of standing water, our phone line's always open. You can always report it to us or directly to the Department of Environmental Protection. And we get out as fast as possible to go and treat those mosquitoes, and to also set these traps to assess whether the mosquito populations are a problem. But just want to reiterate, the public's responsibility is just to take care of their properties. Don't make the problem worse. The mosquitoes are here. They will bite you if given the opportunity, but we don't want to give them the opportunity. So.
Thank you.
So if you have bird baths,
Yeah.
how do you treat those or to keep both the birds and the mosquitoes away, or is there a way?
So the bird bath it's actually pretty simple with standing water that you want to have on your property, whether it's a bird bath or a fountain or a pond. By putting an aeration system in them, like if it's a pond, that really makes it less desirable for mosquitoes to breed in. As far as the bird baths go, if you change your water once a week, you will not give the mosquitoes an opportunity to develop into adults. Having eggs laid into your bird bath aren't really like mosquito eggs. It's not an issue. You just don't want those eggs to hatch and then grow up into a mosquito that can then bite somebody.
Okay.
So just if you have water on your property, just make sure that it's clean, and that you're changing it properly in a regular manner.
I just also want to add that you take care of Pike and Wayne also.
Correct.
That was a change that we did a couple of years ago, so that we were very good at it. And the state asked us to take care of Pike and Wayne, and congratulations.
Thanks. It helps to keep me busy and gets me out. I get to see a lot of really nice new places. So I love Northeast Pennsylvania.
Right.
Yeah, your home base is Monroe County.
Yes. Our office is here. Yes, this is home.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Public comment. Please.
Morning. Do I have to?
Yes. Come on, Jane. Name.
Jane Gagliardo, East Roseboro Borough. I have a question about the vehicle auction where it says bid requirement not met. Do those vehicles then stay on the website for bidding, or how does that work?
They'll be rebid the next time we do the bids.
Oh, they will.
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. That's all I have. Thank you all.
Anything else? Anybody? Teresa?
Teresa Bash from Milford County is, today my statement is, it was brought to my attention about with Pride Month that there might be painting on the crosswalks and on sidewalks. And my first thought from having worked with children with autism is that, wow, that might be, because I looked on Facebook and the colors were really bright. And I'm thinking, wow, that might really throw some children off. So my point for being up here is not to take away anybody's right of doing anything and being who they are, because I stand for the rights of the people. That's the foremost reason that I speak here. But I ask that we consider the effect of painting bright colors on the sidewalks and the crosswalks. And with that, I looked up, it was on 2 websites. There's more websites, but the 2 that I looked at, one was Rainbow Wellness. It was a blog. And the other one was, no, My Wellness Hub. I'm sorry, My Wellness Hub is a blog. And then rainbowtherapy.org was the website. And so from Rainbow Therapy, under bright colors with individuals with autism, It says bright colors can be a direct trigger for sensory overload in many individuals with autism. This happens when there's too much sensory input is received at once, making it difficult to process and respond appropriately. For some individuals, the intense visual stimulation from bright colors can lead to a range of reactions from mild discomfort to severe distress. Every child with autism responds to sensory stimulation in a unique way. However, there are common reactions to bright colors that individuals may exhibit. And I just like us to be more aware, because it's probably the townships and the boroughs that have to do with the painting. But I know a lot of people here are involved in different things within the township and the boroughs. That's why I'm making this statement here at the county commission meeting.
Thank you. Is there anything else? I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are then. Penn State. Thank you.